Here at Kentik, we talk a lot about network monitoring and observability. We love to get deep into the weeds, down and dirty, into the nitty-gritty. You get the idea. But we don't, or at least we haven't, spent a lot of time explaining what network monitoring is, or at least what we mean when we say those words. Maybe it means that we're really good at ping, or Wireshark. Or maybe it means that we like to go out for drinks and a laugh with our network gear. Okay, not that. So today I'm going to explain everything you ever wanted to know about network monitoring and observability. Now, this is a big topic, and we could spend hours diving into every single tool, technology, and technique with lots of close-ups and action shots and code snippets and more. We are going to do that, but not today. Today, I'm going to keep it simple. Think of this as the acoustic version. No fancy sets, no backup dancers, multiple costume changes, just me, my ideas, and a couple of screenshots. Okay, let's get started. Now, ping checks whether the device is up or down. It also tells you latency, which is how fast the device is responding, and packet loss, whether it responds reliably or intermittently. After ping, we should probably move on to SNMP, a protocol invented around 1983, which uses a hierarchical data structure called a MIB, or Management Information Base, which is made up of individual OIDs, or object IDs. Okay, hold on a second. Yes, all those things, ping, SNMP, streaming telemetry, NetFlow, and so on, are important. But throwing an alphabet soup worth of protocols and techniques at you isn't going to help anyone. So let's take a step back. First and foremost, monitoring, regardless of the tool you're using or the area of technology you're concerned with, is nothing more and nothing less than the ongoing, regular, consistent collection of data from a set of targets. Everything else that people associate with monitoring observability, alerts, reports, dashboards, all the rest are all a happy byproduct of the first part. Next, network monitoring and observability can be broadly grouped into three distinct areas, or pillars. The first group, pillar on the right, is metrics. This is the stuff that most of us are most familiar with because metrics have been part of network monitoring for almost as long as there have been networks at all. But without diving into all that ping and SNMP nonsense again, it's simpler to say that metrics are any single bit of data about a specific device at a particular point in time. 80% CPU utilization? That is a specific data point for a specific CPU at a specific moment in time. It's a metric. Same thing goes for anything from query response time to packets per second to the number of jumbo frames you're getting. The next group is synthetic transactions. Now, synthetic transactions are kind of like when you like your own post on social media, not because that little zero over there is making you sad, but instead because you want to make sure the like button is actually working. As the name implies, synthetic transactions simulate everything from something simple, like just opening a web page, to something complex, like logging in, going to the dashboard, opening a specific account, and seeing if your checking account balance is more than $3.23. An oddly specific number that I just completely made up at random. Now, there are two main benefits to synthetic transactions versus monitoring actual users on the system. First, they run even if there are no users around, like when it's the World Cup or when a new Taylor Swift album drops on Spotify. Second, you can set up the exact same transaction from multiple locations to ensure the experience is the same across all networks. Because a lot of the time, the question you're trying to answer isn't, why is my network slow? It's, why is the network from Burbank to Cleveland slow, but everywhere else is fine? And our last stop on the network monitoring parade of pillars is NetFlow, or just Flow. No, not her. NetFlow, along with all the other associated flow technologies like JFlow, SFlow, VPC flow logs, and more, is to network observability what tracing is for application monitoring. Here's what I mean. Regular network monitoring will tell you that an interface is pushing 1 gigabit of traffic per second. But NetFlow breaks that down into its component parts, showing you what types of applications and data make up the 1 gig, and also the source and destination of that traffic, and much more. In fact, there's so much more, I'm not going to try to jam it all into one video. Look for more of these coming up where I and the rest of my colleagues at Kentik will dig deep into the details of each doodad. For now, I'm going to leave you with this one final thought. What is network monitoring? Regardless of the collection of techniques involved or the specific tool you use, network monitoring is, more than anything else, the ability to turn data into insights that inform actions to solve problems. Until next time, I'm Adato, one of the technical evangelists here at Kentik.